There are several things that the United States was built on. That is Christianity and the obsession with marriage, the American dream, being able to build a life for yourself of your dreams, and then this perfectionism that comes from both of those things. And surprise, surprise, that completely affects our dating culture here in the United States. At this point in Love Island USA, there is only one couple at this point, and we are weeks in, and surprise, surprise, it's with a British man. Whereas when we look at Love Island UK, there's constantly couples. They move around a lot, but people aren't afraid to actually be together. But when we have these really extreme, deep seated values of marriage, like we do in the United States, especially surrounding religious values, people are going to be extremely, extremely scared to even be in a relationship with someone because they don't want to make the wrong choice because in that culture, that's forever. You know what I mean? And whether or not you subscribe to any religion, that is still like the entire foundation that this country has been operating under for so long. And then we have the American dream culture where people, especially men, are taught that they should always be striving for the dream, not just something good. They should constantly be wanting the next best thing. And that really seeps into dating. And it really reminds me that in the US, I will have friends who are beautiful, amazing women in their like mid to late 20s and they cannot get a boyfriend. But then the second they go to Europe, they get a boyfriend within like 2 weeks. Because in places like Europe, it is a lot easier to just be in a relationship because they don't see it as this like end all be all. They're like, yeah, I like you. We should date. Let's be in a relationship. If it doesn't work out, we can break up in like a month and it's not a big deal. But I've noticed in our dating culture in the US, we do not have that. The men are so scared to be in a relationship because they are very perfectionist about it. And then we have a lot of women that are just like exhausted and confused as to why they just can't be in a relationship. And obviously, that makes for a lot of good reality TV. Like, we have a lot of shows that are based around this, like, fear of marriage, like Married at First Sight, Love is Blind. Like, we quite literally cannot escape these evangelical roots, you know? If you've ever dated in both the US and outside of the US, I would love to know your opinion on all of this.